these Japanese RPGs don't cover at all. And it's a shame too. I mean, I guess it's kind of hard to top a novelist like Shigesato Itoi, who's famous for his books in Japan as well. So he was a very important. In Japan. He's well known, and you can even see him as an Iron Chef judge. Well, back when it was on. There's no Iron Chef in Japan anymore. I'm not really a speedrunner, so I'm kind of like. So I kind of don't feel like practicing to be that good, but it's cool to do it though. Albert Odyssey, I'll have to see about that. I don't really have the game for the Sega Saturn. I do have a Sega Saturn though. I think that was a more recent acquire. I got it last year. So a lot of the non-Nintendo retro consoles I got as an adult, not as a kid. I was part of a family that didn't really give me lots and lots of game consoles. So I was on Nintendo for a very long time, and I don't regret it at all. I thought it was great. I didn't get a PlayStation 2 until what, 2003? So I totally missed the entire PlayStation era. There's a lot more game quality stories in Mario. I think the other thing is like one thing about game development is that first and foremost it's always a business, and unfortunately, like for a lot of suits in game companies right now, the priority is to like make Hollywood stories because that's what appeals to people the most. And it's kind of a shame too, because I feel like the medium could do, like video games as a medium could be used for so much more, but it's just like, yeah, all the people engineers we found that worked in. Yeah, exactly. All the good stuff now is indie, and that's just too bad. I mean, there's nothing wrong with indie, but don't get me wrong. But it's just too bad nobody wants to fund anything, because everyone's too scared that it costs too much to make money off games now, because it costs so much to make all those graphics that people take for granted. It sucks. And so we spend so much of our money. Like, I'm speaking as someone who's in the game industry. I worked for AAA and mobile, so I know exactly, kind of know how it is on both sides. So everyone goes to mobile because it's easy money, but then again, you don't have to spend so much effort. And it sucks because nobody will care about game quality in mobile as much, or like it's easy to get away with a lot of stuff. Okay, you get rid of the Gale roll, not the moon robe, I just bought that. I like mobile has a lot. There's some cool games coming up in mobile, but it's so like it's such a long way to go. And like you're not gonna find like an FF6 or I don't know, not even, don't expect an FF7 for mobile right now. And because like the way the stores are set up is just like, it's a money grab. And, like you're trying, it's like, the attitude to make lots of money is to take as much off the whales as possible. Whales are people who spend a lot of money on a single game. And like, I'm grateful to the whales that they like my mobile games, but at the same time I'm like, you know, you don't have to, you could spend more on, we could give you something even better than that if everyone were willing to spend like $30 on the game. Oh well, but hey. Oh, Chrono Trigger Mobile? I don't really want to play that on a mobile device. I mean, there are mobile games I like the rhythm games are like, that's a perfect those games are perfect models for mobile because you buy the songs you like. But yeah, Sonic 4 on mobile was good? I've never played it. Oh, FF Dimensions? I haven't played that one actually. I think I have the free version, but I never really played it. it's hard to motivate myself. I can't even motivate myself to play the 3DS sometimes, because like when I'm home, I'm like, why am I playing a 3DS? I can play games I can't play at work. But at the same time, it's kind of like, oh, I'll never finish I'm playing Soul Hackers. I'll never finish Soul Hackers because I don't play it here. And I was like, oh, maybe I should do that sometimes. But oh well, Donkey Kong's too good, man. I'm playing Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. It's probably one of the best games I've played. It's really, really good. I love that game. I mean, like, people are like, you don't want to get in? Like, who wants a Wii U? I'm like, that's a reason to get a Wii U. I mean, 3D World is amazing, and so is Donkey Kong. Chrono Trigger is more, will they force check-ins on? Oh no! Is Chrono Trigger mobile online only by any chance? Which is stupid for a single-player game. Oh my gosh, are you serious? You're kidding me. That's terrible. That's horrible. I never bothered to get I gave up on Nintendo since it's just... Dude, don't ignore the haters. I have a Wii U and I have more games for it than I can finish. And like, there's so many good games for Wii U. Like, all the good platformers are there. So, oh my gosh, Chrono Trigger Mobile, really? What were they thinking? Oh, let me sell the Earth Charm. I think I can actually afford to get Weapon for Gao. It doesn't even have the DS feature. So it's worse than the game they made, a port they made in 06. Oh my god. Allows direction of the fire attack, well, light, sturdy, and sassy. I have to admit that's pretty funny. Attractive, yet functionally strong. Unfortunately, I can't afford any of this. So I will come back. Anyway, I'm kind of the opinion nowadays that who cares about the system? You play the system for the game. You play the games. I don't understand this. Like, yeah, there should be the system plays games perfectly fine, and you can play online with it if you really wanted to, although you don't have to. Like, I mean, I guess if you really want a Netflix, well, actually, you can do Netflix on every device known to man nowadays, so that's not even a selling point at this point. I guess the PS4 has like the future with it, but I mean, to be honest, I'm not disappointed with the current set of consoles that are coming out, but I don't know, like, yeah. There hasn't really been a system seller for me personally. The only thing that the Playroom is almost is kind of a selling feature. If I didn't have the streaming setup, I'd be ecstatic. I'd be like, oh, I can play my game on PS4 and stream them? That'd be awesome. Ow! I'd not do that. But sadly, I already have a streaming setup that I can control completely. Though we'll say that at least the PS4 is doing a lot of things right. The Xbox One is still really expensive. Why? $499. $400. Oh, jeez. And sadly, I actually blew away. I had money set aside for a PS4, but I blew it on a PC Engine Duo. So, yeah, I paid the same amount I could have bought a PS4 to buy a system released in 1988. You beat the Ground Zeroes in less than 2 hours? It's that short? Seriously? Are you serious? I could get... Oh. There's indie games that I can get for $15 and they're longer than that. Oh, Kojima-san. Why? Why did you do this to us? And, oh yeah, the 3DS got Hulu and Netflix recently, so that's pretty cool. But I don't think I'll use that to watch it. Following the system's just I can't do it's just like the world record is 7 minutes. Oh my god. Well, okay, well that's not unheard of, but I don't know, the shiny console feeling doesn't appeal to me anymore. I don't know. Well, I mean, that's not true. It has to be aesthetic, right? Ground Zeroes is mainly side missions. Okay. 4 side missions and 1 main mission. I mean, that's, I guess I can see what they were going for. Yeah, sure, okay. Oh wow, I jumped the hole. Ooh, that's beautiful. Oh snap, that is beautiful. But I'll stick with it. More grinding. So today's just me chatting with me and my opinions on the game consoles. I guess. I don't think I'm gonna get to a story part for another, oh my goodness, it's 3 o'clock. I could maybe get to one story part tonight. I think that's all we're gonna get today. Had an internet outage earlier that slowed us down a lot. Alright, let's see. I'm starting to hate this section. Just doing this over and over again. Well, it's not the answer, it's not magical fire, I guess. Oh, get back up there. Ow. It's weird, sometimes it stops you, but sometimes it doesn't. I think you have to press forward. Okay, done. This is horrible. The fact that the game charges so much for... they just didn't balance a lot of things. It's like you're hurting for money almost the entire game. And like that's... Well, I'm not against that, but it's just so tedious to make lots of money. At least my weapon is still really strong. Right there. Okay, let's get some money. Okay. I'm also kind of low on health, so I gotta be really careful. If I remember, I need 3,200 gold. This is so boring. The parts where not fighting bosses is kind of boring, but just like all these kind of things. FF13 Chapter 11. Disgaea? Why would I haven't played Disgaea, so I couldn't really say. I did beat FF13-1. They're just realists. Nowadays they make it a grind, so you spend that extra 20 hours in the game. I suppose that's kind of true. But this game, you can actually beat an 8. Let's see what my playtime. Actually, I'm at 8 hours. I'm probably going to take 10 or 12. The Chinese RPG I'm going to play is probably going to take a lot longer than that. But we were not at that point yet. That will be a real treat for you guys. Especially since a lot of people don't know about the Chinese game I'm going to play, which is called The Legend of Therian's Sword. And it's a shame, too. Probably one... yeah, and the other thing is I can't switch characters in stores. That's a minor quip, but it kind of bothers me. Well, 11 meters. Oh, huh. I've never had to FF13. I never really grinded. I was always pretty good. So, but I did fight almost every battle. So I don't know. There's really not much else to do because all we do in 13-1 is kind of walk straight and then get to a path. Hold on, what the heck? My computer is attempting to turn itself off for some reason. But I'll turn it back on in a second. Oh, weird. My computer will freeze to turn back. My computer just went inactive for some reason. Yep. Yeah, it went to standby. Excuse me. Okay, so
Give me a second. I will be back.